All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, buddy. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing good, man. Doing good. All right, guys, let's get into it. We have definitely some excitement going on this morning. Our gappers list is showing that today, as you can see, that towards the upside. Just a lot going on there, so we'll dive into that. Not much in the red. American Airlines, guys, down 7.8. So cannot wait to get into that one because, again, with the market up today, you would think this one will be up. And their other partners, other airlines, are actually doing all right, except this one. So can't wait to see what's going on there. But Norm, give us all the excitement, all the latest and greatest on the market pulse right now. I mean, we are just ripping, right? Talk to us.
It's been an exciting 14, 15 hours on the SPY, man. If you pull up a 15-minute chart or a 5-minute chart and you look at last night, U.S. trade advisor Peter Navarro was giving an interview with Fox News, and she asked the status of the U.S. trade deal, the phase one that was completed a few months ago and created a catalyst for us in the market for a good 18 months, right?
Yep.
Um, and he said it's over, and that was that. She didn't follow up, ask him anything. It tanked futures real fast. And then they immediately shot right back up when he clarified right after the interview that he was taken out of context, and the president tweeted that everything's in good shape. So a little nuts there. We're up 1.2%, so a big gap up this morning. Pretty broad, it seems. Like you said, the airlines, they're all up. All the travel-related stuff seems to be up for the most part. Energy's up. Oil is over $40 a barrel for, I think, the first time since this entire ordeal began. So we'll see some of those names on there. Yeah, so that's what we got. That's what's going on today. As far as any kind of economic events at 9:45, services, flash services and manufacturing out. New home sales at 10 a.m. That should be interesting. As I've mentioned here a few times, I think we're going to start to see a little bit of a move out of major, highly densely populated areas. In the suburbs, that might help some of these home builders. Maybe we'll see that reflected in the number there that comes out at 10 a.m. So it's kind of what's going on.
All right, excellent, man. Yeah, a lot of exciting stuff, guys. We have a pretty decent list, as you can see here. We won't be able to get through all of it, obviously, but we'll look at the top five or so on what's gapping up. We'll look at the airlines. We'll look at our cruise line, see what's going on there. We got some ones we're watching closely, guys, right? MGM, we got some banking stocks here, WFC, Save, so we'll look at those. So let's get into it, guys. First, let's start with American Airlines. Let's start with what's gapping down this morning because I can see here we only have two so far. So if we look at AAL today, they are, man, these guys are taking a nice hit. Norm, what's going on? We kind of got a little bit of taste of yesterday and what was going on here, but seeing things are taking a turn for even the worst this morning.
As I mentioned, they've got a debt offering, an equity offering, and they increased the amount they're going to raise. So this offering that they have has been increased from part of it, 1.5 billion to 2 billion dollars to help them get through that. News on this is causing them to diverge from the rest of the airlines and sending them lower, almost 9% this morning.
Yep, definitely on our list. Let's remove our watch list from yesterday here. Let's make some room for what we got going on today. So American Airlines definitely on our list. It was on our list yesterday too, guys, and it did trade very well. I wasn't able to find a good opportunity on it, but again, what's a good trade yesterday also. But right now, their pre-market action is just insane, guys. 14 million shares traded right now, down 8.7. I mean, what more can you ask? I mean, this is crazy here. SPR, let's look at this one. SPR has a great daily. Love the daily on this. You can see here the nice little pop. We're consolidating above this in the beautiful, well, slightly below this beautiful area of support or right on it. So I like that. Their pre-market action is not looking all that exciting. They're down almost 5% right now. Norm, any news on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is Spirit Aerosystems, not to be confused with Spirit Airlines, not at all the same thing. These guys are manufacturers, and their largest customer is Boeing. because of Boeing halt on airplanes, the 737 MAX, because of its obvious issues, and COVID. They have taken a hit, and they are asking for forgiveness from their debt holders.
Wow. Well, that's interesting there. I definitely like the daily, guys. The pre-market, not so great right now, but hopefully can get a little bit better. It is early, but the daily looks good. Worth keeping an eye on these two, especially because, again, everything else is slightly up this morning, unless you got your own news like this one does here. These can actually trade on their own catalyst this morning. All right, let's look at what's gapping up. We got quite a bit here. Let's start with TBIO this morning. This one looks insane, up 53% right now, 580. We have had this one on our list before. It's one of these stocks that doesn't trade all that clean, so you want to be careful here. Their volume, especially, very light, even on days that they're active. Like, look at this one here, right? Going back to April. Nice big bar here, only 3.2 million shares traded, and it's not a low flow stock, which is which is kind of strange here. But again, their volume slightly lighter than what I like to see on a stock like this one. Cannot reject that this thing is very active. 621,000 shares traded. Again, pre-market's not looking great. I'm going to put it down as a possible, but I'm sure with this list today, we're going to find a lot more things that are looking better than this one. FFHL this morning, another one that's not looking all that great. Now, this is a low flow stock sitting at 3.3 million shares traded. I'm sorry, 3.3 million shares float. So again, a very low flow stock this morning. This one is up 51% after having a big day yesterday, going from $3, looks like, all the way up to almost 450, $5 here. So again, up big today again, 940,000 shares traded. Pre-market is very active. So we'll put this one down here for the low flow team.
FFHL only has somewhere between a 1 to 3 million share float. Finviz says 1.1. They had earnings last night, so.
Gotcha. So again, it could be even lower than this number here. Anything below 5, you just got to treat it with a lot of caution, guys. So we'll put this one down here. It had a big day yesterday. Let's see how it actually traded real quick. All right, not all that crazy, but you can see, look at the type of price action you're getting here. How do you trade that, right? It looks like it got better towards the end of the day, but overall, how do you trade something like that? Today looks a lot better. A lot of action happening after hours as well, I guess after earnings, as Norm mentioned. So we're getting some continuation plays after the bell this morning, hopefully. INO right now, this one continues just to rip higher, guys. Up another 11.6 this morning. Did well yesterday, traded very clean, actually. Just a beautiful trend heading higher here. Today, nice pop early on this morning, so we're up 12%, 2.1 million shares traded. We'll keep an eye on this one this morning.
Norm, they got a contract with the U.S. government. Yeah, they got a contract with the U.S. government for something like $71 million on a COVID vaccine device. So
wow, that's big news. That's worth having on our list here, guys. So let's see how we can get going here. What I like about it too on the daily, we're getting above these areas of resistance here, so we can tell that this news is strong today. Can it hold here?
I mean, what's weird to me, it's huge. It's up big. Maybe it's people are seeing it as something to come. I mean, it's $71 million contract for a $2.5 billion market cap company. Yeah,
we'll have to see.
Doesn't seem that big.
Yeah,
but maybe they think there'll be more.
Well, we no longer, what we think doesn't matter anymore in this market, guys. I mean, we've seen stuff that just doesn't make sense, right, Norm? We've seen things like companies.
Yeah, it never has. That was why we trade price.
Exactly. This is why it's just incredible. U1, obviously one that's been very active. Their range is incredible. They've been down to $7, $5, as high as 55, hanging around 40 for some time here, and now they're down at 21. Again, this is one that I'm not keeping track of, guys. This is 920,000 shares flow on Trade Ideas. I'm not sure what Finviz has, but whatever it is extremely low. And just looking at the price action, what I've seen is a stock that, again, I'm just not willing to put my money in and trade. So if you like this stock, if you've been watching it, definitely keep it on your list. It's going to probably be active today again. It was very active yesterday. Let's take a look at their action. Beautiful drop here. Again, just off the bat here. Nice, beautiful drop. Continuation here. It's just perfect.
I hope I don't know anybody that's holding this, because this reeks of a company going to come out for. If I was a CEO, I'd do a secondary offering right now.
Oh yeah,
why not do that and capitalize on it? This thing was what, like less than $1.
Yeah.
And now you're up to 20. Yeah, cash in. and help your business out. It makes no sense not to.
Exactly. I would have done that 2 days ago, right here around $40. Why not? So careful, guys, with this one. Again, active, and you can see the ranges are just insane. WKHS, this one is up 7.4, 488,000 right now. It's got a good daily. It's been ripping up higher nicely here. Let's take a look at how they traded yesterday. So yesterday had a big open as well, took off nicely. Really never looked back following these moving averages. Nice big drop here, right to the VWAP, and found support there, and then came back towards the high. So again, not a bad open for WKHS. A horrible pre-market. Did not see this on the scanners yesterday before the open, but today could be a possible continuation. So I like the way this is setting up. This is not a typical stock that I like to watch, but I can see here that we have some potential here to get going on WKHS this morning. Norm, any significant news on this one?
I've seen no news on this, so I'm not quite sure. I'm sure something may be out there, but I haven't seen one.
Gotcha. What we have here, MYOV just popping up here in the middle of things. So MYOV right now, oh, this daily is horrible, guys. Look at the way this thing has been just chopping around. We're up 6.8 today, but again, not a fan of the way this is trading on the daily. Also, their overall volume is very light. We had one huge day here, which we had about 18 million shares traded, but for the most part after that, has not really done much. So I'm going to skip on this one. Looking at their action yesterday also does not look pretty. Again, you're moving here, but you're not creating any type of volume, which is difficult to read, any type of price action. So I don't suspect anything great is going to come out of this one today. I could be wrong, but I'm going to bet on not putting this one on our list this morning. All right, we have a lot here, guys. I'm going to skip through to see some of the stuff that we've been kind of following. DKNG, another one that we've been watching closely. Beautiful short yesterday. Again, could be a continuation today as well. We're getting into this area of support, so I like the way this traded. Yes, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I had it on my list yesterday as well. If I was not into other stuff, this could have been an amazing trade also. So hopefully you guys took advantage.
I like the consolidation. I like the consolidation we've had here right around 40.
Yeah,
I'll be watching. I'm going to keep my eye on this to see if it happens to start to break up here. Maybe this week, maybe next.
And I'm surprised how clean this thing has been trading, Norm. I mean, yesterday, this was clean, guys. Beautiful drop here. You get another pop here, and then another beautiful drop once it loses VWAP again. This is great stuff happening on DKNG. So, and we do have shares for short, which is great. So I'm keeping an eye on this one. Scrolling down, we got the cruise lines coming in. I'm going to skip through some of these guys. CCL is on here. So, again, very active this morning. 551,000 up 3.6. RCL. So up 3.2, not that much volume. What about NCLH this morning? 573, up 3.2. So I'm not seeing anything I like. Yesterday was a better day for these stocks. I mean, they traded very well. Maybe we keep an eye on CCL, but the other two, I'm not seeing anything all that exciting on the cruise lines this morning as we have seen in the past. Maybe a possible bounce. The market is strong today, so that's why they're probably gapping up a little bit here. But they haven't had any good news lately. In fact, they had been getting pushed back on their openings, which is costing them probably not to gap up as much. Because if you remember a couple of weeks ago, anytime the market showed any strength, these stocks were up in double digits easily, right? You're not seeing that now. You're up slightly 3.2 here, but not a whole lot. So we'll keep an eye on CCL just to have one of these.
Actually, I'm kind of surprised that they're up. I mean, considering they just came out and extended how long they're going to be offline, I guess you'd say, without being able to cruise. And they've actually extended it, I think, 2 weeks past what the government's told them they have to do now. So anyway.
So it is. I'm thinking this is being pulled down quite a bit here because of all that news, right? Because again, in the past, anything on the SPY that was positive, these things were flying with huge volume. This is great volume here, 563, but it's not great volume compared to what we have seen before or in the past. All right, guys, let's go down here. Look at some airlines. I saw Save here. Where did it go? I thought I saw Save here. Let's take a look at it. Maybe it's down below 2%. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's popping up between 2%. Once it gets above 2%, it's popping up into our scanners. But man, nothing good here on Save. Let's take a look at some of the ones we've been looking at. United, we'll look at Delta and see what's happening there. But Save doesn't look all that good. United also not looking great. These travel companies today not looking like we have been used to seeing them. Also, Delta very light on volume, not a great pre-market action, so might not be their day this day here today. Let's look at J.P. Morgan and some of the banking stocks. The WFC This one is popping up a bit, nothing overly exciting. JP Morgan, JP Morgan. So actually, I like the daily on JP Morgan. I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. JP Morgan looks somewhat decent. All right, Norm, what do you like this morning aside from what we have already?
Taking a look at Microsoft. Had a big day yesterday, hit all-time high, got above 200, then traded well above 200 in the aftermarket. And now it's gapping up again, 202.50. So interesting there. It's got good volume, so I'll have my eye on that one today.
Yeah, Microsoft. Look at the day yesterday too, guys. What a clean day it had yesterday. You know who's also doing some damage here on all-time highs? Spotify, guys, continues to rip higher. I was looking at this earlier. This thing is just unreal. Look at the gap here. Was strong, held for this consolidation for 2 days, and now we're again breaking all-time highs. I mean, just incredible. Again, a very difficult stock to trade. Look at the open yesterday. You got this crazy pop and then a drop right back to the low of the day in a couple of minutes. So again, this is very wild action here. But again, consolidates, is able to get above the VWAP and trade nicely all the way back towards the high of the day. So worth watching, guys. But again, one that you want to be very careful with. And look at how it opened up yesterday, right? If you had it at the open, it was very wild. You had to be very quick and fast to get in and out of these positions. But later on, it does. If you're trading all day, it does settle down. So look how it lovely follows these moving averages. Could be that type of stock where the open could be very wild. You maybe want to skip on that. Wait a couple of an hour or two, and then you can see how great it trades after that. So Spotify on this list, guys, it is up nicely, 3.9. Not a lot of volume, but they're known for. Look at this volume here. Nothing happening. And look what a great intraday trade you had here. All right, let's go over to our chat, guys. What do we have? So Sono, possible continuation. Rumors of Apple going to buy them. Let's check here. Wow, big day yesterday.
Citron, Andrew Leff with Citron came out yesterday and was he's trying to force, I think, Apple to buy them.
Oh, is that what it is?
Through social media pressure, yeah.
So a great day yesterday, guys. Not sure how clean this price action actually was, but again, the beautiful pop here just going higher and higher. Today we're hitting on that not all-time high. Maybe it's all-time high. I'm not sure. No, it's not. On the high from yesterday. So let's see what we can get here. Possible continuation. I do like the way that the setup is happening here for a breakout. I'm gonna move it down to a possible because the pre-market right now, it's not looking all that great. But again, possible continuation there on Sonos. All right, next we have Apple. What's going on with Apple? Any news on it? Continues just to rip higher, guys.
Well, they had their developers developers conference yesterday, which made it really active during the day, and now it's popping again, all-time high.
Yeah, beautiful open too, guys. Nice, beautiful ABCD pattern here off these moving averages, comes back to VO. Just amazing trading here on Apple. Yeah, it looks very active this morning, guys. 572, only up 1.6, but don't let that fool you. This is a big pop because you are breaking newer highs, right? It's not easy to do that. So you're doing that now on Apple. Looks very good. Gonna put this on here for today. Let's look at V. This is Visa, I believe. Yes. So V right now, not a great pre-market action. We do have 2 million shares traded, a couple of block trades probably. Not probably. We're kind of certain that's what it is. But overall, not having much going on here. They're daily though. I do agree. They're daily here. Beautiful resistance. We're sitting right on it. If we can break out of that and get towards the top here, that'll be great. But it's going to need a lot of volume here, guys. A lot of action. Right now, it's not looking all that great. Good day yesterday. You can see a nice, beautiful pop above the VWAP here. Kind of almost an engulfing pattern here on this area above the VWAP, so that traded well. But for the most part, we need more on V this morning. Let's head down over to Macy's. Sorry, skip Docu. Spotify we do have. Let's look at Docu here. All right, so Docu this morning also a all-time high as well. Man, all these companies hitting all-time highs. So Docu here is also up 2.3. Again, their pre-market action so-so. We need to see how this develops at the open. So I'm going to throw it down here as a possible as well. Might not make our final list, but again, another one hitting all-time highs that could get going here. Facebook and then Macy's next. Facebook as well. I like Facebook, guys. We're hitting this area of resistance right here in the last couple of days, even including the last 2 days. So again, just struggling to get above this, man. Look how many times we tested it here, and the last 2 days as well. So we'll see if today's the day for that. We're up slightly, less than 0.5%. About 100,000 shares right now should be coming up on that pretty shortly. So again, I like Facebook's daily as a good possible right now. So I'm going to add that on here, and we'll fine tune this list as we get closer to the open. All right, last one, FSLY from our chat. This one here up 5% right now, 507,000. Good day yesterday. What's the float on this one? Let's take a look here. We got FSLY. This is 70 million shares flow. All right, pretty good. What do we have here as far as yesterday's trading? All right, so pretty nice. We traded well yesterday. Good volume.
Very
Yeah,
nice. That's a beautiful chart,
yeah,
man.
yeah. No, it is. It is.
That's a 10.
Yeah. Yep, yep, it is, it is. So again, guys, I think this could be a good continuation. Great day yesterday. I'm shocked we didn't have this on our list, but again, it's just the pre-market. It was a sleeper. Nothing in the pre-market here, but then you can see at the open some really good volume. So yeah, guys, I think this is another good one. Wow, we have a lot of stocks that are looking great today, guys. Let's add this one on here as well. We won't be able to watch all of these, obviously, but we got plenty. Now, let's take a quick look at our YouTube chat. What we have here, FSLY, we do have. Apple, we do have. BYND, let's take a look at that. Beyond the Meat here, what do we have going on? BYND. Yeah, I mean, it's consolidating here, but it's in a very choppy area, guys. I mean,
It was very choppy yesterday.
it
I was
was
watching it.
okay, okay, yeah. So
Yeah, look back there, pull out
yeah,
just a little bit. Yep, there you go. It was
yeah, yeah,
super
yeah.
choppy right there, right?
There's no linking of candles here. I mean, this is tough to trade, and we know the way BYND can move very choppy. So, again, guys, it's stuck in this consolidation. It has been over the last 2 days, and yes, you could tell it didn't trade well. So, I'm not inclined to add it to my list. If it breaks above this 162, high of the pre-market, right? 165, man, this could be great, right? Kind of get it like a breakout like this one here. But for the most part, I'm not liking the daily much right now. We're sitting right now. That could change as it's trying to make its way above the previous day close here. FSLY, we do have. People are mentioning this one is on fire. Let's take a look. What's going on there? Yeah, it's strong. It's strong. So Roku, let's take a look at Roku. We looked at Facebook. We have that one as well. Roku this morning, similar situation to what we're getting on BYND, guys. It's sitting in this choppy area right now. Tons of levels towards the top and bottom. And again, the volume is very light today. But again, we've seen that type of action. The last 2 days hasn't been all that great. We did have a couple of good days in here, but for the most part, I'm going to skip on Roku today. I might miss something here. This might take off and have an amazing day. But for the most part, based on what we have right now, the info we have, it's not looking all that exciting. All right, I forgot to look at Macy's. Let's take a look at that one. Macy's right now. Macy's is a tough stock, and the reason is because it sometimes can be so choppy and it doesn't move. It takes forever to get a move out of this. So yesterday, I mean, this doesn't look very clean to me. I could just imagine how choppy these candles were, and just based on history on trading this stock, it's not easy. Look at this beautiful fake out here. It looks like it's going to hold here, and then you get these drops. So I'm not a fan of it right now. I think it just can chop around for the most part, unless there's some very significant news and some good volume. It's a great pre-market action. Again, I'm not seeing anything great on that. Last one, Zoom, because I know Zoom continues to just make all-time highs here. So right now, pretty quiet for the most part. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, pretty quiet. Only 57,000 shares traded right now. So again, not much going on. Could be a good one to look at later, mid-morning, to see what kind of action we're going to get out of this one. So, all right, guys, we got a very decent list. Let's go over to our announcements. We'll come back and fine-tune this list a little bit further.
All right, guys, success webinars. Tomorrow night is Thor and how he uses volume price analysis to take his trades and trade very well. The next week, you got Eamon talking about reversals. He loves trading reversals. He's great at them, trades middle of the day. In the room, talking about how he catches falling knives. Hopefully not a scalpel. Hopefully he's not. He's a doctor. Hopefully he's not dropping scalpels.
Every time I hear that title, I'm like, "Wait, are we sure here? What's happening?" So I can't wait to see that.
I don't know that's a good. I don't know. It's a good title for his future career as a doctor. But then Psychology Tuesdays tonight, 8 p.m. in the webinar room. You've got Mike B, our very own Mike B, 23-year Marine veteran. Thank you for your service, sir. Talking about mental resilience for trading. And then next week, he's going to do his module 6, importance of a healthy lifestyle. I should probably attend that. If you're watching this on YouTube and haven't been in the chat, would like to give it a try, you can do so at a discount. use the promo code premarket24. That'll reduce the cost for the 1 week to $24. And it gives you access to the chat room for 7 calendar days, 5 trading days. Chat room isn't open on the weekends, but you can look in the forums, get all set up. And that includes the Carlos's live onboarding class every Monday night at 8 p.m. Also, if you're looking to either upgrade your membership or become a lifetime member, you can use the promo code Independence40 and get 40% off the single payment lifetime membership option. 40% off. That's the code Independence40. 2 things. I'll keep going. I forget there's more pages. If you'd like to check out our podcast that we just started doing and pumped out a bunch of new content, most recent, I believe, is Stephen Goldstein of Alpha Mind Podcast, and Alpha Mind 101 is his Twitter handle. Excellent interview. Search your favorite podcast platform for Talk with Traders, and you'll find the Bearable Traders podcast. And then also every afternoon, Mike, Peter, Brian are streaming the close live on YouTube from the room, 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. Eastern. They'll talk about trades that they took for the day or the room did, market analysis, swing trading, and they'll watch any earnings, which it's not really earnings season right now, so not that interesting after the bell most days. 2 things, Carlos, I want to see if you can do real quick. Is it possible to pull up a browser?
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you need me to go?
Okay, can you pull up onebesttrader.com first?
Okay.
So we sponsor DAS Traders trading competition 4 times a year. They are about to set off their next one. Registration is underway. You can go to onebesttrader.com, represent BBT, use the promo code BBT25, BBT25, and that will get you a discount off the price. Also, right now, if you register, you can just, not only do you get to get their sim early, but it's the early bird price is $150 as opposed to $200. Don't know quite when that ends. And then also use that promo code BBT25. I think it actually gives you $50 off and makes it $100. You get their simulator for essentially a month and a half. The competition starts on the 6th. The one other thing I wanted to show, Carlos, is the replay. Speaking of sim, our weekly replay practice. So if you would pull up that page, this is especially important, guys, for newer members or people in the simulator going through that. We have put together this program to help people out. If you go to the trading page and go to the bottom, we are giving, and you have DAS Simulator with the replay feature, which if you get it from us for the 3 months, it has that included. We added that, and because we think it's that important, we're actually eating the cost on that for anybody that gets it, but through us. But if you go there, you can scroll up and you can check out those days. Then you can replay certain stocks, and it gives you, it's like a homework assignment. It's training that we've put together, and we're doing it each week, and you can go in and trade those in the past and give it a shot and see how it looks.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Again, it's just a great way if you don't have.
I think you can still get this. I think you can still replay feature if it's not through us. You're just going to have to pay the $15 they charge for it.
Yeah,
I think it's 15.
Yep, 15 additional to membership. Yep, to the price. Yep. All right, guys. Let's see what we got here. So let's start by looking at this list and fine tuning it a bit. I mean, we have a lot on here, a lot that looks great. Let's start with American Airlines. Definitely on my list, guys. Dropping like a rock here. I mean, down 6.7. We're getting a bit of a bounce here. We'll keep an eye on this one. SPR, I like the daily possible if we can lose this here. INO, I like as well. Very active, dropping hard here. So we'll see. WKHS. This one I'm going to remove, guys. Again, it's just I got to fine tune this list. list, right? It's got way too many. So looking at what I'm seeing already, I think this could be one of the lesser ones that looks that doesn't look as great. DKNG, I know it looks a little bit choppy here, guys, but this has been trading so well. So I want to keep it here, even as a possible if it doesn't make my final list. CCL, I got to say, the cruise lines today and the airlines are not, besides American, are not looking all that great. So I think I'm going to move CCL for the first time in a long time that I don't keep one of these cruise lines down to a possible, right? So I'm sure somebody else in the chat room will be watching that, and if they can call out anything good, we can take advantage of it. JP Morgan is decent, guys. Possible pop if the SPY can continue to push higher here. Microsoft is very active. I like the way we're seeing Microsoft right now. We're sitting at all-time highs here. We got some good volume on it, and their pre-market action is actually very active for what Microsoft usually does. Here's Spotify. I also like the way this is setting up for a possible continuation here. Again, pre-market is just very light right now. So that's the only reason I'm going to put it down as a possible, is because the pre-market is not as explosive at the moment, but that does not mean that this stock cannot be great to trade today. And I do have Apple here. Apple has an amazing pre-market action. When we see this type of pre-market action on Apple, we know we're usually in for a very active and great open. All right, so let's look at our possibles, guys. We got Spotify, I like quite a bit. CCL is good. Sonos, possible continuation, but I'm going to remove it compared to Spotify and CCL. I like those a little bit better. V, I'm going to remove as well, guys. Again, it's just not a lot of action here in regards to pre-market action. TBIO, I do like, and this one I'm looking at now. We do have shares for sure. It is not a low flow stock. Could be a possible to be actually at the top here. So I'm inclined to move it back up here. I think this can provide some good opportunities. So we'll see. Let's remove it up here. DAQ, also great pre-market action, beautiful daily as well. So I like that one as a possible. FB is good also, and FSLY has been very, very active here as well. This can also be a top possible, or even go to the top here. Let's just recap really quick. SPR, yes, let's move down SPR. We'll move that down. Just doing a little switching here. We'll move down SPR, and I think FSLY is a lot more active. Looks a lot better. What is the flow on this? What do we say this was? 71. Perfect. Okay, good. So we can keep that on there. All right, that looks better, guys. Let's do some levels. American Airlines right now, obviously the top one on our list. Very, very active. Hopefully all this volume does not turn into untradable price action at the open, right? That's important. We need to be able to find some good patterns and be able to take some good entries on this. So low of your pre-market right now, 1355. Below that, you do have a great level here at 1262. You got some resistance happening here, and this is the resistance area that we had over a couple of months here, right? April, this is April here. We had it in May twice, and then in June finally broke out of this with a nice big candle on some news of them being able to get back on the swing of things here. But obviously that has taken a turn for the worse, especially for American Airlines. So towards the top, guys, plenty of levels. Previous day close, highs and lows, you're covered there, so you're good to go. So let's go over to INO. INO this morning, very active. Again, the pre-market action, I'm not a fan of this stock. You know that, because every time I have it on here, it ends up either getting cut off or whatever the case may be. 1783 is high of the pre-market right now. This level here, 1645, it was from this date here, but I'm gonna move it up now and put it this most recent high here is better. 1689, it's a lot better there. And then towards the bottom, we do have an opening and closing right on here at a 1576, and then below that, plenty of levels, highs and lows from the last two trading days. So again, guys, very active. I'm not a fan of this stock. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna bring it down. INO. But again, it's active, guys. 2.6 million shares. It is up 10.5. But again, I don't know. I can't describe it. DKNG, guys, this one here doesn't have a great pre-market action, but I think we could be in for a possible continuation here. Right now, highs and lows got you covered. Previous day close towards the bottom. I don't think you really need to add any more levels in here, guys. So I think you're pretty good the way we're set up. Towards the bottom, if we lose the previous day close, I see this great level, obviously very clear, 35.67. Plenty of support happening here on DK and NG. JP Morgan, I have on this list here. This will be the banking stock that I'll be watching today. Up 1.7 right now, 157,000 shares traded. This pre-market action, guys, for JP Morgan is actually pretty good. It doesn't look great when we're looking at NASDAQ stocks and stocks that move a lot better with a lot of volume, but this one here looks pretty decent for today. So let's see if the market is going to be strong. We can hopefully get into the highs from 2 days ago right in this area. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one. As we get more fine-tuned, I might not make our final list, but let's see. Wait, Javi's throwing something out here. He prefers Citigroup. Let's see. Citigroup. Okay. You know, it has a similar situation. I'll take Citigroup over JP Morgan. Thanks, Jared. I will do that. Let's take Citigroup over
The
JP
volume
Morgan.
guy.
Yep, volume is a lot better. The pre-market is, yeah, we could do that. So we'll do some highs here. High of the pre-market. Oops, excuse me. High of the pre-market right now sitting at a 53.56. So this will be the banking stock we'll look at. And again, we're just stuck between these highs and lows here. Let's see what happens in that area. All right, Microsoft, guys, very active. Love the pre-market action right now. High of the pre-market sitting at 203.17. So we'll throw some levels on there. Then towards the bottom, low of the pre-market at 202.10. So again, good pre-market action from Microsoft. We've been strong over the last couple of days. It's continued to rip higher here. We're bouncing off this 202 here. Let's see if we can get back to this 203 high of the pre-market and break higher. Apple, also a beautiful pre-market action. Some really good volume, 677 right now. High of the pre-market 365, which should be your all-time high, which is your all-time high as well. So again, that is a very good news for Apple there. And then towards the bottom, 362.46 right in this area is your low of your pre-market. And then since we've been consolidating here nicely between 360 and 350, you got your highs and lows and your previous day close on there, got you covered. TBIO, guys, again, I'm on the fence on this one, but I think there could be some opportunities here. This is up 52%. Again, 22.95 low of the pre-market, 31.16 high of the pre-market. We'll see. Let's see what happens here. I want to keep an eye on it and see what we can develop out of this one. If we lose this 22.95 towards the bottom, we do have 21.55, and we also have right on here 19.87. We do have shares for sure on this one. It is not a low flow stock, so we'll see what we can get out of this one today. FSLY, guys, this one here very, very active this morning. High of the pre-market sitting at 78.94. So I'm going to mark that down. And then the low of the pre-market right now seems to be getting tested right at 76. Oh, no, it's a little bit lower, 76.35. We're heading to that area right now. Let's see what happens there. And then towards the bottom, we had a big day yesterday, possible continuation today. We'll see if we're going to get to that previous day close or not. And then we have Citigroup, which you looked at already, guys. This will be the banking stock that we will watch today. Let's look at INO this morning. INO, for the most part, again, we have levels for it already. I'm not going to watch it on my main list, but this is a good one today. It's very active. SPR as well. If it loses this level here, guys, this daily, it could be very interesting. Right now, the pre-market action is a little bit all over the place, so we'll have to see what that does. All right, let's see over here, guys. We do have a level down here. If we lose this level, 23.83, and then towards the bottom here, 21.75. Sweetie, I'm on there. Give me a second. My daughter needs something here. Yeah, give me a second. So Spotify, on here, we again above here, all-time high. So this looks good, but again, right now pre-market is not looking all that great. All-time high sitting at a 246, so we'll mark that down, and then we'll see what happens there. Towards the bottom, guys, plenty of levels, highs and lows got you covered, so you're pretty good in that area. So again, just Spotify, it's just amazing what it's doing. CCL, guys, we moved it down. We'll see if it can get better. It's the first time that I don't have it on my main list, but we're starting to get some action here. We're starting to break down. Let's see if we can get towards this previous day close. So let's get our levels ready, because I won't be surprised if this moves up before the bell opens, the market opens. So here's 1790 high of your pre-market, towards the bottom 1732, which is pretty close to what the pre-market, previous day close is right there. If we lose that, we got a level on here as well, which is going to be 1650 in this area. So we'll see what CCL does. DAQ is also very active, guys. There's some levels here. High of the pre-market 174 on the dot, really as high as the pre-market, and then towards the bottom, guys, you do have plenty of levels down here as well. Facebook is good, guys. We'll keep an eye on this one. If it rips above this level of resistance, that's nice. So I love the daily. And for the low flow team, FFHL, it's just kind of giving a lot back right now. It's not looking all that good. This could just fade for the entire day and start heading back to this $5 area. So again, if you're going to be watching this one, guys, looking for a reversal, just be very, very, very careful. All right, Norm, anything else you like besides what we looked at already?
No, man, I'm sticking with these. I've got INO, but I share your feelings, so I don't know that I'll actually trade it.
Yep.
SLY, Sono. Of course, I don't really like this drop that Sono just had.
Sono, oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, got a big drop in the last few minutes. We'll see what it does around previous day close. Maybe it gets better toward the open. It also had A bit of one of these FSLY had kind of has a bit of a nasty spread, about 20 cents.
Mm-hmm.
DKNG and CLH, I like that over CCL. I'm going to keep it on in case cruise lines or travel does something.
Yep. Yep.
SPR, I've got my eye on, but it's kind of spotty pre-market,
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft and Apple.
Gotcha. All right, cool. We got a pretty similar list. Some you have on your secondary, some on your main, which is great. So that's good stuff to bounce off each other depending how things move today. All right, let's see what the moderators are watching. So here we have Peter. He's watching Microsoft SQ. SQ's daily. I looked at it yesterday. Unbelievable what this stock is doing. I mean, look at this. Just continues to rip higher, sitting here at, I believe, at all-time highs, because the last all-time high was some time ago, right where the previous day close is. If you go back here, I think it was all the way back in. Here it is, right in this area, going back to 2018. And now we did pass that yesterday. So again, doing pretty well there for SQ. So yeah, so he's watching that. He's watching American Airlines, which is very active. His secondary list: INO, Sono, FSLY, SPR, and AMD. Peter never forgets to put AMD in his list on there. It's been treating him very well. Here's Eamon's list: INO, American Airlines, and SQ, nice and tight. Here's Thor Young. He has American Airlines, FSLY. He has SQ as well. So very similar list here to what Eamon is watching. And the rest of the moderators are putting their stuff together. So, all right, guys, pretty good. I think we have a good day today. Incredible what the SPY is doing right now, guys. We're looking pretty good. Looks like it's going to be a strong day, but we'll see how this turns out as we get closer to the open. I love the daily on the SPY right now. If we do some levels on it, again, we're sitting right at this area of resistance, which has been here for the last couple of weeks or two. Above that, you do have this gap up that we had here at 317, and slightly above the top of that would be 323. So again, it's we'll see. Very exciting times, that's for sure. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. We will check you out at 3:30 for the market close. Oh, hold on. Jared's list just came in. Jared's watching Apple, American Airlines, Citigroup, and he's looking at any possible fills on the SPY. So again, the SPY continues to just rip nicely here. So I was saying, guys, take care, trade safe. We'll see you again at the close at 3:30, and we'll continue to fine tune this list here in our chat room. So see you guys tomorrow.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.